Here you can see the rat's nest we have going on behind the radio. This is actually one of the first cars to be equipped with blind spot monitoring. So split tailgates were great. They were more common back in this era than they are now. Hey everyone, welcome back to DC MotorWerks. My name is Cameron, and today we are going to showcase you my latest acquisition, being the quirkiest SUV of the mid-2000s, the Volvo XC90. Let's check it out. So we recently acquired our dealer license here at DC MotorWerks. It was a very long process of about 9 months, but we made it through, and this is one of the results of that decision. This is going to be a very dangerous thing for us, as finding access to a lot of cheap cars is my kryptonite, as we already know. But I've always had a bit of an interest in these first generation Volvo XC90s. They came out in the 2003 model year and ran all the way up until 2014. And this is also one of Jeremy Clarkson's favorite SUVs of the time period, as he owned 3 of them. So all of us with the affinity for Top Gear should be familiar with these. And something super special about this one, it is the ultimate spec for the XC90, in my opinion. So this is a V8 model. So this is the Yamaha built V8. So very strange, we'll get into that in a minute. But it's also equipped with all-wheel drive, and this is also the executive package. So what that does is give you the special leather, soft leather interior in this sweet color. Let's check it out. In Volvo speak, it is known as chestnut. That was only offered in the executive package. Unfortunately, it actually went away in the executive package for the 2009 model year. So with this being a 2008, it is the last year to get the brown interior. And they only ran the V8 up until 2011 model year. For 12, 13, 14, only the 3.2 was offered. Some other little things about the executive package. You get some extra chrome or shiny trim, we'll call it. You get it on the door mirror caps and there on the C-pillar. You also get the upgraded 19-inch wheels on the V8 model, so you get some niceties. And this one also does have the couple options that were still available even when you got a V8 executive, with one being the adaptive headlights with active cornering. And this being a Volvo has a lot of safety features and innovations. It is actually one of the first cars to be equipped with blind spot monitoring, also known as Bliss in Volvo speak. You can see that here, well, you just call it the speaker cover here. You get the Bliss, and it is quite blissful to have that warning when someone is in your blind spot. I also did like on the Volvos of this era, the steering wheel was almost completely wood. You only had the 3 spokes that were trimmed in leather, but otherwise completely wood. Unfortunately, that one is quite cracked at this point. I'm scouring eBay for replacement as we speak. It has the upgraded Dynaudio sound system. It has the in-dash navigation, which of course is hideously outdated here in 2024. Split tailgates were great. They were more common back in this era than they are now. Even with it being more of a mid-size SUV, you get quite a bit of space back here, and you get a 3rd row. You can see where your cargo area ends when the 3rd row is in place. So a decent amount of space. You know, even the like Yukon XL or Suburban does not have hardly that much space, or I guess you could say the shorter variant, the Tahoe, has about that much space and is much larger. But let's see what the 3rd row is like. You can see it does have 3rd row air conditioning, which again was an option. So that's it. We don't need to reiterate that a bunch, that it is pretty well fully loaded. That's super easy to get in and out of. Seat just slides forward with one pull. So we put the backrest up here, and if cameraman comes around or can see in here, there is no bottom cushion. But if you look closely there, you can see it is actually a pretty neat bit of innovation there, and that Volvo hid it in the cargo compartment. You can see the strap there, which I'll pull and you'll see how that goes into place. See if cameraman can get in here with me. And look at that, and there you have your 3rd row. Not a lot of leg room. I will see if I can get myself back here. And still you get 3rd row access to the seat. Let's see, there we go. I don't even think I can Nope, can't do it. But if I can get it to latch, let's see, we'll contort ourselves in here. Maybe cameraman will be very nice to me and pull the lever in front of the seat there and slide it forward. And there you go. So if you sacrifice some second row leg room, even me being, 6'1" or so, I could be back here for a little while. I'm not knees to chest, which is what a lot of European cars got right with the third row seats. They actually have the third row seats kind of like cathedral style seating, they call it, where it is higher than the second row so that your feet are not super high where your knees to chest like you are in a Tahoe or something similar of the era. So nice packaging from Volvo back in the 2000s. Now if I can just get myself back out of here. I think the actual Volvo literature says not to have anyone more than 62 inches in the third row seat, but we made it happen. And you get sliding seats, so you get adjustable leg room and so forth for the second row. We also have the rear entertainment package with this one. And a neat feature of Volvos back in the day here is the integrated booster seat. So for my 5-year-old, I have the option to, when I inevitably forget her booster seat like I tend to, is I can just pop that up and not have to worry about her being unsafe. You can see I've got the radio out of the car there because it came with this silly aftermarket radio, which I am not a fan of. It looks kind of silly in these, so I wanted to yank it out and make sure that none of the wiring was cut or anything like that, because unfortunately, audio companies and so forth tend to just take the easiest route, which is to cut everything and start fresh. So I'll have cameraman jump in and I'll show y'all what we found there. All right, so it is a very hot Georgia day here, so we're gonna go ahead and kick on the air conditioning with the old school switchblade key. I did get 2 keys for this vehicle, as it is just a 2-owner car with 165,000 miles. So it's always nice to get 2 keys when you buy a used car because they are expensive. But here you can see the rat's nest we have going on behind the radio. But thankfully they used integration harnesses and everything. So I should be able to easily revert this back to factory. This is a mid-2000s European, so it is equipped with most fiber optic audio. But I got a nice little freebie here, and that is this module here. And that allows us Bluetooth phone and audio capabilities tie it in to the factory system. And then we'll be able to get our navigation screen to pop up, hopefully, which is hidden there in the dash. Like I said, even though it is hideously outdated, I like things to be factory. I like them to work as they're intended. When I do things like Bluetooth audio and so forth, I like them to be integrated and not replaced with, aftermarket stuff. Like I said, they actually did do a good job, but the audio quality is just never the same and that sort of thing. So we want that to be as factory as possible. Since we're in the car, I guess we'll go for a ride and we'll show you what the V8 Volvo is like. So we're going to take the sacrifice for you guys so you can hear me better and tone down the air conditioning. And if we sweat a little, I apologize, but the audio is more important. You can see kind of the neat thing of some quirky Volvo stuff is that your air distribution controls are in the shape of a sitting person. So there's no mistake in where you want your air pointed. You can see we've got heated seats, it's dual zone climate control. Got most every option here. I'm not sure what that one could have been, but you got your third row AC. This is your bliss, as we talked about, your blind spot monitoring. Your active curve on your headlights you can turn on and off with the easy push of a button. No crazy screens, menus, and touch screens you have to click through for 20 minutes to find everything you want to do. You got power folding mirrors. You got rear parking sensors. We also have automatic wipers, so as Volvo is considered, I guess, a premium brand more so than a luxury brand. So it's kind of a stepping stone before you get to a Mercedes or something like that. But I like them a lot. They're quirky, they're different. I really like the 5 cylinders. So if I wasn't looking for a V8 model, I would have definitely gone for a 2.5T. Even though they were the lowest powered variant, you can tune those engines up to be pretty powerful. First impressions here, I've only had this for 1 full day, 2 days now. So very recent acquisition, and Didn't really have any experience with them prior to this, but I have owned pretty much every other mid-2000s SUV that would have competed with this back in the day. So I've got my 2004 Grand Cherokee, which I've had 2 of at this point. I've had multiple MLs from the first generation and second generation, as well as GL. Had a Porsche Cayenne, a 957 generation, if you're familiar with those. And plenty of experience with the first generation X5, and so a little bit of everything from the era, and I'd put this one up there with one of the best. Actually, the one that was most disappointing to me was the Cayenne. You can hear just how quiet this one is. I was pretty impressed by that. And while the turning radius is pretty terrible from what I'm used to, the directness of the steering and so forth is very nice, even though this one could definitely use some control arm bushings. I can tell they're kind of clunking around in the front when you get under braking and so forth. And it's not excessively noisy or anything in here as far as creaks and rattles. A little bit of it is kind of plasticky, but is kind of characteristic of the era back then. But another one of the best things about Volvos are their seats are some of the most comfortable in the industry. And like I said, when you're looking at that beautiful chestnut color, it was really hard to pass this one up. So Haldex systems were kind of known to be troublesome, especially in these. It is a clutched rear differential, so kind of a different design if you're familiar with Haldex or not. But we'll see if this one works. And it's supposed to be like, I forget what the Volvo terminology is, but it's supposed to be like constantly charged and ready to go. So let's see what happens. Looks like it works. Check that out. It actually grabbed pretty quick. So let's go ahead and take a peek at that Yamaha V8 I keep talking about. So there it is, and it's mounted the wrong direction. So, like I said, it is a transverse front-wheel drive based vehicle, and not my usual cup of tea, but it is super cool, and I like the character of this motor. It is my first experience with it, and I like it. It's pretty good. Makes a great noise, and great power, great torque, likes to rev. So overall, a positive review on the Yamaha V8. So I wish it was dark outside, but I wanted to show you something exciting here. On the key of Volvos from this era, you have the mystery yellow button. I guess it's kind of like, you could say caution or yellow, but what it does if you hit the button, hopefully we can pick up in the lighting, is that it turns on the parking lamps, front and rear. I'll turn them on and off a couple times so you can see. So that if you're in a parking lot late at night or something like that, you can light up your vehicle. I tried it at the park last night, and I was able to do it from a pretty far distance, so I was pretty excited about it. So again, we thank you all for watching. If you want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and leave some comments below. Let me know what you think of the quirky Swedish Yamaha V8 powered Volvo, and what you might like to see done with it. I know they do sound very good when the exhaust is opened up, so maybe we'll do something there, but again, let us know in the comments.